Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and he's all about options. That's what you're always saying. I got options. What are the options?
The options are to get the equity out of your house at the most cost-effective way that's going to save you the most amount of money, paying off credit cards, home improvement, whatever you want to do.
And that's one of the reasons you would use the Richard Toccato Companies instead of a bank, because they give you so many options. And it all starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
So one of the biggest things going on in the world now is that people are still interested in the Olympics when it comes around every 2 years. I'm not so much because of the political reasons. But what was the controversy about Simone Biles and this NFL player? What happened there? He said it was disgusting how they bowed down. The Americans bowed down to the gold medal winner in some event.
There was a woman who won the gold medal, and Simone Biles
from Brazil,
and Simone Biles and the other American were on the podium with her. Simone Biles got the silver or whatever, and they have a relationship of some sort. And I guess only they really know why they did it, is my understanding. That the two of them talked about it, said, we should bow down to her. And I don't know if it's an inside joke or what the whole thing is, but they discussed it ahead of time so they would surprise her and bow down to her, and she thought it was funny. So it's something between the three of them that they all know that they thought was entertaining to them.
Yeah, I saw the picture, and she's standing on the middle podium, and the two Americans are down on their knees, like she's the master or whatever. And it's not a good look. I agree with the guy. Americans shouldn't be bowing to anybody because everybody doesn't know that. If it's a joke, do it behind the scenes. Don't do it out there for the world to see America down on bended knee looking up at some other country. Don't be doing that. They even had to drag Michelle Obama out and dust her off to find out what she thought about it. She was like, I thought it was beautiful. Of course,
they said it was sportsmanship.
It's not sportsmanship.
But there is more to it. Based on an interview that I saw, Simone Biles kind of referenced, we've known her, so there's something else to it that they're not telling us. It's like it must be some kind of an inside joke, but it has been largely praised as women supporting women,
right?
Other than a few people who are like, you shouldn't be bowing down.
Well, I'm on one of those few. America doesn't bow down to any other country in any form, no matter what.
Yeah, Simone Biles said we were having fun out there and showing we were showing good sportsmanship and having fun out there because it was the last competition.
Yeah. Well, you go tell that to China. Xi Jinping out there looking at Americans on bended knee for another country.
Was the winner Chinese or no?
Brazilian. But I'm just saying, Xi Jinping looks at that as an American weakness. And so does damn Hamas and all the rest of them.
It's not my favorite look.
North Korea.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I get it. They're just having fun. So it doesn't really mean anything. And when you're successful as Simone Biles is, I guess you can't really hold it against her or whatever, Not that
she's not successful enough to make America look bad. By bowing to another country.
Yeah, if she wanted to make us look good, she'd have won that gold.
Hell yeah, she wouldn't have lost.
There we go.
I mean, I get it. Where in her mind she's thinking, I lost this bullshit, so I do need to bow down to somebody. But you're an American first and a loser second. Stand up.
In the words of Ricky Bobby, second ain't nothing but first loser.
You're not first, you're last.
So, along with that, Ace, what are those Olympic events that you say are the most interesting? The events you were talking about this morning, because they sound dirty.
Oh, they put together a montage of, and I haven't heard the whole thing. Olympic moments that sound dirty, but aren't. Things that sound dirty at the Olympics, but aren't. Let's see this whole thing here.
And now, things that sound dirty in the Olympics, but aren't.
I love that these two ladies are next to each other because they can suss each other out.
I've been through the Olympics 3 times. It is hard.
Action has been tight so far.
Ludwig stayed a little wider on that to open up. Good to poke it.
They were virtually stroke for stroke.
So it's another big one for the Americans, but not as big as Martin Engie.
But what the pullout? Hughes.
He takes it all here in Paris.
That's a good one.
Been a very long time coming.
This has been things that sound dirty in the Olympics, but aren't.
Some hits and misses in there.
Yeah.
Stroke for stroke. Yeah, I think poking in the deep or something.
Yeah.
A little graphic.
I liked it. Was another big one for the Americans. But not as big as Martin.
Martin. Yeah. There has been a lot of sexual undertones, especially with the cameras focusing on the pole vaulter whose junk got bounced off the pole, and then the diver.
Yeah,
that was just
And
out there.
Is it the Australian swimmer who was sent home because her coach said she was distracting to the rest of the team?
Oh yeah, the real hot one.
Yeah, the hot blonde.
Not even just for an Olympian, but just like one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen.
And she was the one that they first, when the Olympics started, they were first talking about OnlyFans with her.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I think.
Oh,
yeah.
I get it because she is smoking.
Yeah, so it was over, and she was just hanging out for the next week, waiting for the closing ceremonies. And they said she's distracting because she was taking bikini pictures or whatever. And
oh my gosh!
They sent her home.
Super hot. Where is she from? Australia?
I think Australia.
Anybody know the answer to who she is?
No. Wait, I can find it. Give me 2 seconds. I can find it.
You know, Rob?
No, I was hoping.
Oh, you trying to look her up?
Look her up? Yeah.
No, not me. Somebody else is asking.
Yeah, there's a swimmer sent home from the Olympics.
This is Google Australian ass.
I put Australian Olympian sent home.
She's not Australian. She's Paraguayan.
Oh.
Luana Alonso. Luana Alonso. She's a swimmer, not a diver. Who got to it? Maybe I said no. Who won't get to enjoy the benefits of the athletes' village. She's 20, and let's see.
She's ripped.
She was told to go home for allegedly distracting her team.
I wouldn't want to be in that Olympic village either after I'm through with everything. Maybe because I'm old, but they talk like it's just a shithole.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're having. I've seen a couple of things on TikTok, and it looks like they're having a great time. I don't blame them.
It says people are sleeping outside because the outside temperature is cooler than it is inside because they don't have air conditioning.
It's warmer than they anticipated. So, but there was I saw this a girl on TikTok that said, what do I do now that my event's over? And she had everything she did in a day. And like she went to another event to watch the soccer team or something. And one of her things was eat everything. And it showed her just eating. It looked like 10 desserts throughout the course of the day. Like every time she turned around, she had something else sweet that she was eating.
You think they have crawfish in France?
No. I don't.
That's a Cajun French.
Yeah, maybe.
That's Canadian French, but I probably don't have that. But Paris, and France in general, they genuinely do have, great, additions that have come there to the culinary library of great things.
Sure.
But would it be worth it to have to go over there and be in the middle of all that crap?
I don't know.
Now, maybe the country out in the country.
Yeah.
Past the city limit sign, when there's a honky tonk near the county line. If you're not in Paris or in one of those, dirty French cities, if you're out there where things are green, every woman's running around in an apron with flour on her face. Just got through with, got baguettes hanging out of every pocket of her apron.
The French countryside. Yeah, my brother went to Paris a couple years ago. He was so disappointed.
Really?
Like he just had the ideas of like what you picture, like the rolling hills or whatever you think about in France. And he went to Paris, and he said it's a dump.
It looks beautiful though from the pictures that you see.
Yeah.
And I guess you only see, nobody shows you the dumpy parts. All you see is the best
they
parts.
clean up the places where they want you to see.
I know when the Olympics came to Atlanta in '96, we were working in Huntsville, and the first round of Olympic soccer, one of the venues was in Birmingham. Which is, a couple hours away, because obviously they had so many teams and everything. And so I went to see USA play soccer in the Olympics. And as you drove into Legion Field in Birmingham, they had made a big deal about it a couple of weeks before. They had shipped all of the homeless, put them on buses and sent them to Huntsville, and gone through and repaired the city, and the Olympic group had repaired fences. And they had been working on it for months, repairing fences, and they had even painted houses all along the way. So as you drove in, everything was spick and span, brand new, roads repaired, fences repaired, houses painted. Everything was touched up and made to look fantastic as you drove in.
See, so that tells you right there, a big Olympic event in 1996 was an hour and a half from where I lived. And I didn't go to that shit. So I'm not going to Paris, some dumpy ass, trashy Paris city.
Well, you went to Australia?
Yep. To Sydney, and it was cool.
Yeah, Sydney's a great town.
And Coca-Cola was paying us for it.
That's right.
Oh. Nobody was paying me to go to Birmingham and watch some bullshit soccer.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
Our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and you got a lot of pressure on you right now with the credit card debt. Let Richard help you. What are you going to do?
We're going to skip summer and make payments in the fall. How about that?
Nice.
And the best part about it is they're going to do that using the equity in your very own home. All you have to do is let Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies walk you through the process. It starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.